welcome back to my channel. I am PrettyPoison, a South African simmer, and today I share with you 4 room builds that I made for the Rags to Riches business collab by VelvettB. Now, I'm sure she will have a tour up on Twitch and on YouTube, so I will link that if it is available. I will link it in the description of this video. It is quite in advance, so I'm not sure yet the exact details, but I will link anything necessary in the description for you guys to see the full collab buildings. It's actually not just one building, it's a lot of buildings. So there's pretty much 2 parts to this collab. You get your, how can I say, your rags side of the collab. That's maybe like the more rundown, kind of poor type of area. And then the other part of the collab is the riches, where it's like all fancy, high class, rich people type of businesses and stuff. So I opted in for the rag side of this collab. So all 4 the buildings, not buildings, rooms that I did for this collab is raggedy rags. So I thought it would be fun to challenge myself to, how can I say, like make something a bit more rundownish. And not like the usual fancy nice style builds, you know. So I wanted to explore a bit more with the whole like a rundown vibes that you can do in this game, because there's some amazing items that you can use to create these kind of effects. Like for example, the dirt and the holes on the walls, the cracks in the floor, stuff like that, you know. I think that's really cool. Anyways, I'm not gonna mumble too much. So my first room for this collab is a public bathroom for the Rags Mall. So that is what you see me doing here in the background of this video. I tried to make it look a bit messy, broken. You see someone smash the mirror in, you know, all sorts of stuff like that. And then the second room I did is actually, it's like a business. It is for a bowling alley. I really wanted to use the bowling nights stuff pack. I think the name is bowling night or bowling hangout, one of the 2 stuff packs. I really wanted to use those items, but the items don't really fit the raggedy rags type of vibes. It's fine, I used those items from the bowling pack, but then I improvised and made the surroundings like other items look more a bit ragged, rundown type of vibes. So I think I made it work in the end. You'll see me changing the floor here and there. I really wanted to use this rug from the pastel pop kit, I think it is. I like never get to use this carpet, but I felt like it fits this bowling alley. Actually, for this bowling alley I took inspiration from a real life bowling alley that I have been to, that I'm not sure if it still exists, but it was in my city. I haven't checked it out because I don't go out and bowling and stuff like that anymore, but when I was younger I went to this bowling alley and it was so fun. But yeah, I basically took inspiration from my memories of that bowling alley for this bowling alley, and that is why I used that specific carpet, because it looks so much similar to the one I saw in real life. But then to try and keep to the whole rags vibe of this build, I did replace some areas of the flooring with a concrete type of texture to give it that rundown vibe, while still keeping the cool rug by the bowling alley machines, like, you know, those actual machine areas. So yeah, I think by the bar and the entrance, that's where I'm going to put the concrete flooring, but we will get to that part in the video still. Then as you already saw there, I put these TVs, so it kind of looks like the TVs coming or like hanging down from the ceiling. I put that there because that's like, if I think about a real bowling alley, they have TVs there that's gonna like kind of show the scoreboard on your alley. So I know like in game it kind of has the screens above at the end of the line of the bowling alley thingies, but I just wanted to add those TVs there. I think it is a nice realistic touch. I don't know, I haven't been to other bowling alleys, only like maybe 2 different ones, so those 2 had TVs on the top there, which is why I did that. I thought it looks pretty cool too. And then of course each bowling alley has a like shelf with some balls, you know, bowling balls, and then also seating area for everyone, maybe whoever's at the party. They can all sit there. There's like, I think 6 slots per bowling alley for people to sit at. Then by the entrance I used some werewolf furniture, the chairs and the table and the plants in the corner, because the werewolf furniture gives a bit of a rundown effect, which is actually really nice. I love using the werewolf game pack for rundown builds. And then you get the dirt on the walls again. I did the same as I did with the bathroom. I kind of put the dirt everywhere on the walls. I think that is from the For Rent pack, and there's another pack of some dirt for the walls. What pack would that be? Can I see there? I can't see now which pack, but there is maybe it's no, it's not Basement Treasures, is it? No, I doubt it. Anyways, I think there's some stuff from Vampires pack as well, like dirt for the walls and maybe the floors and stuff like that. And then I know there's stuff for the roof to make it look raggedy from Life and Death, but that's not applicable because this is just a room build. It's not an actual whole structure building type thing, so I didn't have to do the roofing or worry about that, so that is fine. But you will see on the outside is like a lot of furniture standing out there. So basically what I did when I started this room is I went into the bowling stuff pack, and then I kind of placed all the items I envisioned I'm gonna use in this room there outside, so then I can just grab them and slot them into the room wherever I feel it fits. I also put a bar there, but it's not really meant to be an alcoholic bar. It's meant to be more like a juice bar type of setup. So I also put that there so that while people are playing their bowling game, they can get some snacks and drinks as well. And these rugs from the bowling stuff pack is really cool. I actually never really noticed them before using them in this build. That rugs is actually pretty awesome, and they're quite big. So yeah, I'm basically just cluttering it up a bit, you know, like you still wanted to have or how can I say, you still want it to look like it's been used, so there is gonna be some clutter. I tried to do some lighting, but I didn't want to make the whole building like bright light, boom in your face, it's bright light. So I tried to be a bit conservative with where I'm putting the lighting. So like around the lights there is some dark patches, because once again I took inspiration from a real life bowling alley, and it was actually rather dark and neon light-ish. They had like this cool blue neon lights, and then like certain colors would glow in the dark. It was really awesome, but I can't exactly do that effect here, so then I just did what I could and worked with what I have. Now I'm just trying to, like, you know, fill in those blank corners, you know, put some chairs around to fill up the space, put some plants. Plants are always good to put in an empty corner. And finally, yeah, I get to the part where I put the concrete floor in, and I actually quite like it. So my idea is the business owner of this bowling alley, maybe he did not exactly have the funds to complete the flooring or put in the new flooring. So that is something he's still gonna get to and actually do. Now, just some small touches again. I am just putting a basin there because, you know, after people drink juice at the bar, there's gonna be glasses everywhere. So I thought it's fitting to put a basin so they can actually clean up the place. Now we get to the last 2 buildings or rooms that I am doing. These 2 rooms are not businesses, but it is going to be retail stores actually. So they are going to be 2 different type of stores. The first store I make is the smaller one. So that one is going to be like a decor shop. It's going to be a shop that sells decorations or like statues and just like decor items you can put in your house, and also some plants, and yeah, that's basically it. So I made sure for this, since these 2 rooms are going to be retail stores, I had to use what do you call it, pedestals or display cupboards or tables from the business and hobbies pack or from Get to Work, because the items need to be able to automatically be set to sale. So then when the mall is open, the Sims will actually come and buy items off these shelves. I had to make sure to use the correct display shelves and cupboards and stuff for these items so that it actually does sell and is functional in that way. So that is exactly what I did. So as you can see in the middle, I decided to make like a whole array of flowers, like different ones. I never used the same one twice because I wanted to give variety. So I'm just like seeing what small plants fit on these little pedestals. Obviously not everything fits or wanted to slot in, and it is very important it slots in automatically, and I didn't use alt placement or something because then it wouldn't be set to sale. So it had to fit in automatically to be set to sale. Now originally I was gonna make this completely a flower shop. I wasn't gonna do decor like on its own, but then I wanted to sell the bigger plants, but it wasn't slotting onto the display shelf, so that wouldn't work then, because then it wouldn't be set to sale if it doesn't slot onto the display shelf. So I had to then improvise, and I decided, you know what, let me put decor, statues, that kind of thing, and make it then just a deco shop. So that is exactly what I did. You see these cute llamas from the Dream Home Decorator pack. I was able to slot 5 of them on the shelf, which is really awesome. So then I put them in different colors. The cats and dog statues as well, same thing, different colors. You could slot 5 of them onto the display shelf. I'm not sure if the corner shelves are gonna be functional, if they're accessible. I didn't see that really. I did play test these builds. They are functional, like all 4 of these rooms are functional. It's just that one thing, I'm not sure of those 2 corner displays, if the Sims will actually buy from that shelf or not. But I figured it wouldn't be such a big deal if they didn't, you know. It still adds deco to the shop itself. Maybe like if it doesn't sell everything, I think it's still fine, because there is a lot of stuff that is available for sale. So I don't know, if you guys find it's not functional and you would like those corner shelves to be functional, or you can remove them and just put a plant in the corner for deco for the shop itself, or anything else that you would like to do. But I think it is fine just how it is. So now I'm just like, I've already set up all the stuff that I want to put for sale in the shop on the display shelves. So now I'm basically just decorating the shop and making it look a bit more shop-like. Now when I say look more shop-like, I don't even know what I mean. I guess just make it, add some like rundown effects again, because it's a rags area that the shop is gonna be in, and then also just put deco in the shop, because you still want the shop to look cool and inviting for the customers. You don't want them to be scared because it's now all raggedy. So you still want the shop to kind of be inviting and look nice. So I believe I achieved this with the signage I put on the windows. So that's kind of like the store name for the shop. So then people can see, the shop is open or whatever. And then I put some nice stuff on the wall so that it doesn't look entirely like a ragged up place. You can see it's progressing. So this like raggedy shopping area, it's progressing. It's gonna get better of the time, you know. So yeah. There isn't really much else I can say about the shop, so I'm just gonna decorate it, and I will meet you guys in a few minutes in the other shop. Also, that business and hobbies broken bicycle setup that I put there on the wall, how cool is that though? That is so cool. I think it looks really awesome. And I use Comfy Gamer, the, what do you call it, like the pegboard with the shelves, just to create more shelving. I'm just like checking this out because I built this quite a while back, and now I'm doing the voiceover and I'm kind of reliving my build, if that makes sense. I know maybe it's a bit weird, but I'm just like seeing what I did then. I was like, what? I don't remember that. That's so cool. Okay, but I will meet you guys back here in 2 minutes. Okay, I am back. This is the okay for this store. This is now the bigger store. I decided, like, I had a few ideas in mind. First, I was thinking music store, but I found that I couldn't slot the instruments onto the display shelves or cupboards or whatever. Like, how am I gonna sell musical items if it doesn't slot onto the display racks, shelves, and cupboards? So then I kind of changed it into an electronic store, so it's kind of like music slash electronics slash gaming type of vibes for the store. So yeah, I play around quite a bit with where I'm slotting what items. So I wanted the most valuable items to be in the glass cases on the right. I think I ended up deciding to go with the screens or TVs as the most valuable items for that. I think it anyways, like almost all these items in an electronics store is quite valuable because it's like computers and stuff, but they can't all go into the glass case. So then I had to improvise, or like I had to choose, okay, which is more important, and I went with the TV screens. So yeah, I'm putting some radios, and I like discovered you can put 9 of these on a shelf. So if you use the small radios, you can actually slot a lot on them, and that's what I was going for. I was trying to get more out of the small space. So it's a bit annoying when you can only put one radio on the display shelf, and there's still like so much open space around it on the display shelf. That's like super annoying. So I tried to see where can I squeeze in more items per display shelf or rack, and then your Sims can, or whoever owns the store, can actually sell more, make more money. Hello. So that is what I tried there. You see there, I tried to put the instruments on the display shelves, and I just couldn't. So with these racks that I put here from Business and Hobbies, I wanted to make them kind of like the gaming area. So I put all the gaming consoles on there. I was going to put some radios as well, but I was struggling to find radios that fit on the shelf. It's a little bit finicky slotting items onto the shelves because some items are too big. Even though I feel like they could fit on there, they don't. So it was a bit tricky. But I am still going to play around quite a bit and move stuff around. But anyways, I just wanted to give you guys some insight for these rooms and how I built them and stuff like that. But for the rest of this video, there's not much time left, I believe, maybe like 5 minutes. So I'm gonna leave you guys to check out the rest of the video with some relaxing music. I hope you guys enjoy this video. Please give it a like, subscribe to my channel, comment down below which room of the 4 is your most favorite, and I will see you in the next video. Have an awesome day further. Poison out.